Um, yeah. To the people from wherever you are joining, please circulate this new link in the class groups if it's possible. Otherwise, we'll just start this live session that we're having it. So the purpose of for the new all the newcomers who do not know me, who I am, क्यों live कर लिया अचानक से कैसे मन कर गया live करने का, want to tell you that I am Mansi Gupta. My full name is Mansi Gupta, and I belong from Banasthali Vidyapith, computer science final year undergraduate. Recently, I must not say recently, but today itself, few hours back, I got an opportunity, a full-time job offer from Comvault for a software engineering role. And yeah, so though I had pre-planned this live, and my all of you people are so much close to me that I could not postpone this live. Here I am with all my tips and tricks to share with you what was the way I reached this offer, what was the way I prepared for it, and all of those things I would like to share with you guys. So first of all, that I wanted to tell you is, or the first topic that I wanted to take for the today's live session is that uh, the first thing everyone should know and everyone should focus on is your resume, right? Even after you clear your coding round, because somehow by your own hard work the coding round is cleared, right? Whenever we go for an interview, हमारा coding round आराम से ही clear हो जाता है, क्योंकि वो हमारे पे डिपेंड करता है कि how much we put in our efforts to clear that. It is on our hard work, right? But जहां से हमारा लक्ष्य शुरू होता है, that is from your resume part, right? That is when you get shortlisted for your resume. So no matter in whichever year you are in, you have to be well prepared with your resume. Now what I mean by well prepared is, आप फर्स्ट ईयर में हो, आप सेकेंड ईयर में हो, आप थर्ड ईयर में हो, या फिर अभी आप फोर्थ ईयर में भी हो, योर resume should be started preparing from the day you join your college. Do not wait for the companies to ask you for your resume and then you start making up it, right? हमें resume शुरू से ही अपने दिमाग में एक पर्सपेक्टिव लेके चलना है कि keep on writing the things that you are doing, right? अभी तो हमारा ऑनलाइन मोड है, we are so much into the online way. Now what you can do is, whenever you are going attending a workshop, or maybe some of the other activities, or you are engaging in internships or whatever, keep on jotting down the work you have done in that. होता क्या है, what is the main mistake that people do is, they do internship for maybe 2 months or 3 months. They know, because while we are going through that internship, we know all the technologies that we are using, what are the databases, or maybe xyz things are there in an internship, right? Keep on writing. What I am emphasizing over here is, keep on jotting down the points. कौन कौन काम किया था, कौन सी टेक्नोलॉजी पे काम किया था, कितने लोग थे, कितने पे काम किया था. Everything should be in your mind. Now to keep that thing in your mind, you have to jot down the things why you are doing up that thing, right? So my main focus is कि आप कुछ भी कर रहे हो, from day one an event occurs, jot it down, so that whenever your interviewer is asking you of something, you are well prepared with all the things that you have done in that internship period, or any sort of event that you have participated in, right? Point number 2 that I want to share is why most of you must get or may have got this a question with yourself कि यार हमारा resume shortlist ही नहीं होता, पता नहीं सबका हो जाता है, हमारा ही नहीं होता. Why is this problem, right? Now the behind the base कि हमारा backward में पीछे backend पे काम क्या चल रहा होता है, the company is not going to review each and every resume. Okay, they have an applicant tracking system. Okay, ATS जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं, they have an applicant tracking system wherein your resume gets scanned through an algorithm. Okay, and that algorithm is in such a way कि आपका the spacing, the things that you're writing, the keywords, the actually that resume picks up the keywords, right? अब यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम क्या है, हमें तो पता नहीं है कि कीवर्ड क्या है. Okay, so I have found out a website known as the resume worded. Okay, I'll just copy, or I'll just send it the link in the at the last of the this live session. I'll send you that link, and in that what happens is that that your resume gets scanned through an algorithm जो कि आपको एक percentage बता देता है कि आपका resume का percentage क्या है. What are the things that you have to change? There's some of the things which are buzzwords. वो क्या करता है, उनका algorithm हटा देता है. जैसे हर एक इंसान कहता है I am hard working, ठीक है, उनका algorithm उस hard working word को अलग कर देता है. You have to present your resume unique, right? Your resume should be different. कोई भी देखे कहे कि oh my god, this is student that I want to keep in my company. कोई भी किसी को, no one has grudge from you, right? You have to present yourself in such a way that the person who is going through the resume, or the person, or maybe an assistant that is going through the resume, gets attracted towards it. राइट, तो वन ऑफ द टू टिप्स दैट आई वांटेड टू गिव यू, बिकॉज सभी लोग आपको बताते हैं रिज्यूमे में क्या होना चाहिए, एक्सपीरियंस होना चाहिए, योर वर्क, योर योर college कैसे education, and the projects that you have worked in, your skills. Everyone tells you the things that is mentioned, but nobody tells you कि backend पे काम क्या हो रहा है, resume shortlist कैसे हो रहे हैं. Right, so I hope these are the two things which I wanted to share in the resume part. The next question that I've got up is about how to go for off-campus internships. ठीक है, तो point number one, I hope the students those who are listening up to me here are from first year, second year, third year, maybe, right? So according to you guys, I would just like to suggest you ki please keep on track of the people who are telling you about opportunities. Now I do not know some person ki there are many people on LinkedIn who keep on telling कि यार ये internships आई हैं, ये वाले college के things आए हैं. Even I have a Telegram group wherein I keep on posting the opportunities that are going through. Not even opportunities, like mentorship programs, or how to make up resumes, or any free courses that we have. I would definitely like to share the link with you all, so that if you want to, because see, what is the main problem that we are facing over here right now is हमें पता ही नहीं चलता है कि such an opportunity came, और वो चली जाती है, and then we think अरे यार लिंक्डइन पे इसने डाला था, मेरे को तो पता ही नहीं चला कि ऐसी कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी भी थी. Right, this is what actually happens with us. Now इसका एक ही solution है. What is the solution to this? Keep on tracking. उन लोगों के टच में रहो जो opportunities बताते हो. Keep a friend circle in such a manner जो बहुत diversified हो. Right? Keep yourself active on the social media platforms. पहले कहते थे Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn ये सब हटा दो. अब कहते हैं इस पे आओ. Why is the reason? Because you have to be social now, guys. Okay, networking matters. No matter आपके पास कितनी भी ज़्यादा skills होंगी, no matter how much you learn, no matter how much intelligent you are, nowadays what does it matter? ये matter करता है कि how much you can network to people, how much you can be connected towards people, right? Because these connections are going to actually tell you the opportunities. So first and one thing, no matter in which year you are, please create a LinkedIn account. Okay, वहां पर आप चीजों को बता सकते हो, the चीजों को जो भी आप कर रहे हो, कोई competition में part लिया, और maybe some any other thing that you have been taken part in, right? Keep on engaging with your audience. बताओ मैंने ये यहाँ participate किया, ये जीता भी नहीं तो tell them failure stories. Keep on connecting with the people. This is how you will get to know your opportunities. Apart from that, I have a Telegram group where I constantly post about opportunities that are coming up. Hopefully all of you must have been added over there, but if you're not, I will definitely send you the link to the Telegram group. At the last, I'll share you with all the groups that I am wherein I keep on posting up and engaging up with the people. Okay, so we have one of the question that is coming in, that is what was the resume website that I told that was a resume worded. resume worded is a website. Wait, I'll just type on the chat box so that everybody can go through. और उसमें क्या होता है ना, आपको resume वो scan करके बताता है. So if your resume is getting more than 75%, that is great. उसके बाद मतलब आपका जो है resume, that is good, that is a good resume. And yeah, so this was the thing that I wanted to share. Again, on the third part, one of the questions that came up to me is how to get 9+ CGPA in college. It is really easy, guys. Believe me, in my whole year of engineering, up till now, I have been upgraded to 9+ CGPA in my all semesters, apart from one. I'll not lie in this live session. Apart from one, wherein I got 8.7 CGPA, uske alawa I have been constantly getting 9 and above. And the maximum that I got was 9.6. क्योंकि अभी तो online time है, you can score as much as you can. You never know when is the college gonna open and you have to give your offline exams. ठीक है? Even the offline exams or online exams, I want to just tell you that whenever you जब भी आपके कोई periodicals होते हैं या फिर आपके semester के papers होते हैं, keep a track of whatever best thing that the student is telling. मतलब जो टीचर बताता है लास्ट के टाइम पे, राइट, कि क्या आपको ये चीज़ इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये चीज़ इंपॉर्टेंट. तो जो सबसे लास्ट के टाइम होता है ना, जब एग्जाम्स आने वाले होते हैं उसके थोड़ा सा पहले, उस समय जरूर क्लासेस अटेंड करो. बिकॉज इसकी पॉसिबिलिटी थोड़ी ज्यादा होती है कि टीचर्स आर फोकसिंग अपॉन दैट पार्ट ओनली विच कम्स इन योर पीरियोडिकल्स, right? Apart from that, what I technique used was to be very very selective. अगर मैं कोई पोर्शन पढ़ रही हूँ तो वो चीज अगर उससे पार्ट का कोई क्वेश्चन आएगा, then I will definitely attempt. Keep a track of previous year papers. कि अच्छा ठीक है, यहाँ पर ये वाली चीज आई थी, ये वाली चीज आई थी, रिपीट हो रहे हैं क्वेश्चंस, तो पॉसिबिलिटी है कि उसी सेक्शन से क्वेश्चन का आए. Right? You are not supposed to go through each and every section, guys. Mind my words. सारी चीजें नहीं पढ़नी होती है कॉलेज में, स्कूल की तरह. ठीक है, हमें सेक्शन वाइज जब हमें सिलेबस मिलता है तो हमें सेक्शन वाइज वी हैव टू बी वेरी चूजी इन learning things. अभी तो online exams, I don't know, hardly any people would be learning things, but when we were in college और अभी आपके online exams या offline exams जब भी होंगे, what I would suggest you is be selective in choosing the topics that you want to study. Okay, focus on that. और वो topics को हम choose कैसे करेंगे? On the basis of the previous year paper questions. Okay, so what we used to do was we used to go to library and take out all the question papers. ले लिया, उसमें से selective questions देख लिए कि जो ऐसे questions repeat हो रहे हैं, they're repeating the questions. What I have to exactly do is I have to search that particular topic, read that particular topic thoroughly, so that any question that comes from that part I'm able to answer it. You are, again I'll repeat this part because a lot many of people have said this, दी बहुत सारा पढ़ाई करने का है, बहुत सारा सेमेस्टर का सिलेबस है. Guys, you are not supposed to learn everything. Okay, please be choosy, please do smart work in that. Okay, your line, your way of writing matters. बड़ा लिखो, ज़्यादा लिखो. This is what wherein we get marks in college, not just in Banasthali but everywhere. Okay, if it is a 10-mark question, make sure you're writing up to 3 to 4 to 5 pages. If it's an 8-mark question, make sure आप double से triple लिख रहे हो, 3 to 4 pages, 3 pages. If it's a 4-mark question, make sure you're writing 2 pages. Okay, pages matters, guys. Simple and short. Even if it's a periodical, 10 marks का paper है, then also make sure you're writing 10 pages or 8 pages. Approximately. बड़ा बड़ा लिखो, फैलाकर लिखो, लाइन खींच के लिखो, 2 लाइन की स्पेसेस छोड़ो, क्लीन लिखो. This is what it matters. आंसर सेम सही होने चाहिए, that's a part thing, but आप उसके अलावा, okay, and do attend classes just before your periodicals, because the teacher, the tendency to tell what is coming in the exam in periodicals specifically increases when your when your periodicals approaches. And again, प्लीज डू नॉट अंडर एस्टिमेट periodicals. ये ना सोचना कि हम कम मार्क्स ले आएंगे, कम चीजें कर लेंगे तो हो जाएगा. बट यू हैव टू बी वेरी फोकस्ड ड्यूरिंग एग्जाम्स. उसके अलावा जो मन में आए वो करो. Got it? Hopefully it is making sense to each one of you and I am not wasting your time. I am so happy to see my viewers are increasing and not decreasing, and this makes me motivational because it inspires me to tell a few what are the tricks that I use to get more and more CGPA and good, and apart from that cracking up the exams as well. The next question that I was asked was that okay, so the next question that I was asked ki how do we actually get into the off campus internships, right? तो ऑफ कैंपस इंटर्नशिप्स के लिए जो मैंने चीजें बताई थी that I've told was कि one thing was कि you have to be very active, social, keep on contacting the recruiters, keep on contacting the people that you have in contact with you. अच्छा, we'll take up the next question because we have already discussed this question before that. Is there any question in the chat box? No, not yet. Okay. But the next question that we'll be taking up is just a second. Okay, how to approach hackathons and coding challenges. Okay, so you might have seen there are a lot many of hackathons that are going on. बहुत सारे hackathons आते हैं, बहुत सारे coding challenges that are keep on going on all throughout the year, right? Okay, the one way of approaching these hackathons is to create ideas. To create ideas in such a manner that you can execute it. अब question आता है, idea तो आता है दीदी, बनाएंगे कैसे? Right? So now you have to select your peers. आपको अपने दोस्त ऐसे चुनने हैं that are actually capable of creating things good in coding. Coding नहीं आती है, you have to learn at least Android development or web development. Now the question arises, यही दो क्यों develop करने हैं? हम और कुछ क्यों नहीं सीख सकते? ML, AI. भाई, these are technologies. ML, AI is a tech. Okay? आप ML AI की जो चीजें हैं उसको दिखाओगे किस पे? Obviously on an app or a website, right? So whenever a student is there in their first year or second year, I would suggest you guys, please either first learn Android development or learn web development. After learning all of these two things, or maybe out of any one of these, you can start applying these things. तब आप hackathons में part ले सकते हो. Right? Because hackathons में होता क्या है? You have been asked to work on an idea. ठीक है? So one of the many of the hackathons that I have been participated in, what happens actually is you are given some sort of like healthcare, or maybe you can get any topic you get, and you have to actually present an idea on that कि भाई देखो हमारी एक application होगी, उसमें ये चीजें होंगी और फिर हम लोग ऐसे approach करेंगे. Now the people who actually want to take a part in these hackathons, first thing मैंने बता दी, you have to be well thorough with the development part. Why? Because if your idea gets selected, you will only be able to win that hackathon on the basis of how you develop it. Okay, after developing it, the hackathon goes in various stages. The first stage is your idea selections. Once your idea gets selected, you move on to the second stage wherein you have to design that idea. That is called the prototype. Prototype मतलब जो आपने idea बनाया है उसको actual form में लेकर आओ. Actual form में लाने के बाद you are actually asked to present it. Right? तो अगर आपको development ही नहीं आएगा तो no matter how much good your idea is, you will not be able to go to the last round. Clear? Now the question will arise कि दीदी हम तो ECE में हैं, हम तो EI में हैं, हम तो MT में हैं. Guys, you have to learn this tech वाला part. Even if you are in ECE, EI, MT, if you have an idea, get in touch with CS students or IT students maybe. They can help you, but also learn from them. ठीक है? Keep on learning. That is why I've said you networking matters. Why does networking matters? यहाँ पर काम आएगी. Now suppose I'm an MT student. I do not know coding. I do not know how to make a web. But I have an excellent idea that can scale up to a startup. Startup के level तक वो जा सकता है. But I do not know tech. What will I do over here? Though I have registered in the hackathon, I will make my friends contact my friends who know actually Android or web development. मैं उनसे अपना idea discuss करूँगी. Maybe they will give some of the other points in the thing that you're trying to make, and maybe there's a very nice app that comes up, right? So this I hopefully have answered this question of yours. The next question was how to approach coding challenges. Now the coding challenges, hopefully the question that has been asked from the student is the codings that are there from code chef, or maybe the lead code pe coding weekly coding challenges hote rehte hain, right? Now do not get demotivated guys, those questions are really tricky and have been made by the person who has 6 year experience in competitive coding. So those are the people उनको specially पैसे देते हैं, they are being given 10,000 to make one question. अब सोचो किसी को अगर पैसे देके कोई क्वेश्चन बना रहा होगा, how much mind has he worked on that question, right? Do not get disheartened, point number 1. Even if you are able to try that question, ठीक है, whenever challenge comes, start from the very first question, read it, समझ में आया, very good, नहीं समझ में आया, keep on reading that question line by line, keep on underlining, अच्छा ये दिया है, then ये दिया है, then ये दिया है, and then keep on interpreting, ठीक है, इसका ये हो गया, then this happens, then this happens, then this happens. After you have understood the code, after you have understood what the question says, move to the next level. Next level says that you have to code it. Now if you are not able to understand the question well, you will not be able to code it, है ना? That is very very simple, right? So you have to be very start thinking very मतलब you have to be very what should I say over here, आपको थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगाना पड़ेगा, right? That you are able to get what the question is saying. Even if you're not able to do that question, move to the second question, read it again, वही लूप चलाओ, वापस से करो. 4 questions read किए, चारों नहीं हुए, okay? Once the contest gets finished, go back, देखो what was the approach that is used in that question, okay? Now a lot of many students ask me कि दी हम करना कब से शुरू करें ये सारी चीजें, these coding challenges, is it for second year, is it for third year, is it for first year? I would say whenever you have joined college, there is no limit कि आपको इस स्टेज पे ये काम करना है, इस स्टेज पे ये काम करना है, इस स्टेज पे ये काम करना है. There is no stage guys. Even if you are in first year, you can apply for internship. आप कहोगे आता नहीं है, right? वही तो सीखना है, okay? So whenever you are applying for internship, your willingness to learn also matters. अगर आपको internship नहीं मिल रही है, keep a track of skills that you want to learn. मैंने भी बता दिया, वेब डेवलपमेंट या एंड्रॉइड डेवलपमेंट से ही शुरू करना है. व्हाई इज द रीजन? हम एमएल पढ़ भी लेंगे, वी won't be able to execute it on some of the other platform. हम दिखाएंगे कैसे? हम केवल एमएल के एल्गोरिथम्स ही लिखते हुए चल जाएंगे? It is very necessary to learn a developing skill, right? So in these coding challenges also, what I always want to meant to say is never give up. Because these coding challenges are tricky, are difficult. Whenever this coding challenges gets ended, go back to the solution दिखते हैं उनके, देखो क्या अप्रोच करी. And believe me guys, 5 to 6 times अगर आपने ये वाली चीज कर ली, तो आप एक लेवल पे आओगे जहां पर you will be able to do the 6th challenge that you will be sitting in. Because the questions are repetitive. And mind me, ये placement season में भी ना हुआ क्या था, काफी colleges में there were some questions that were repeating, and that same question came in our college also. So keep a track of the questions that are circulating in your level. मतलब आपके peers, आपके college के बाहर के दोस्तों के भी क्या क्या questions आ रहे. Keep a track on what companies are actually looking for in candidates. And one more thing, that what I have learned in my whole journey of this BTech for 3.5 years, for 3.5 years I must say right now, is that do not give up. ठीक है? What we were told, I will just tell you my own story. हमें बताया जाता था कि शुरुआत की जो कंपनी है ना, वो सिर्फ बनसली में से हाईएस्ट पैकेज को लेकर आती है. ठीक है? हमारे कॉलेज में we get 28 lakh पैकेज और 26 lakh of Flipkart and all of that. उससे ज्यादा की कंपनी की पैकेज आती नहीं है. We were just told that, है ना, हमें आज तक, क्योंकि we just interacting with our seniors, right? We're not interacting with someone else. तो हमें ये बताया जाता था. So even I thought कि यार मेरा भी नहीं हुआ सिस्को में, और फिर मेरा भी नहीं हुआ जो highest package companies that come to the college, मेरा नहीं हुआ. So I will also land up to 12 or 13 lakh package, और ठीक है उससे ज्यादा, या फिर मैं ऑफ कैंपस देख लूंगी नहीं हुआ तो. This was again, that is what mind says, right? That is what mind says कि यार नहीं हो रहा है तो चलो यही ले लेते हैं. But then again one day I said, what is my worth? Is my worth getting into any placement that I want to get in? Is my worth कि मैं less packaging companies में जाऊं? What is my worth? I questioned myself, and then and there I decided कि नहीं, I have a worth, and I will go to the company in that company in which I want, and not to that company which college is forcing me to go in. Guys, I should tell you this thing कि बहुत ही important है again, the placement perspective I would say कि many of the students who were there in who recently we got companies from Bank of America, which actually gives you 6 lakh LPA, and then we had Deloitte, and then we had many other companies line wise, right? The students they thought कि नहीं होगा तो कुछ नहीं होगा तो कुछ मिल जाए, right? They thought कि कुछ नहीं होगा तो कुछ मिल जाए, and they sat on each and every company that came to the college. Now what happens in this placement season, guys? We have a policy. So let me just tell you what are the policies of college. Not just our college, सारे colleges में कुछ ना कुछ policies होती हैं. So one of the policy that Banasthali has is if you have got an if you have been shortlisted, not shortlisted, if you have been selected for a particular company, you cannot reject the offer. You have to accept it. Even if you reject it, you are considered to have accepted that offer. Okay, आपको ये माना ही जाता है that you are have accepted that offer, and you will not sit in the placements after that. Right? Now the next policy is that if you have got a company's package more than 5 LPA, 5 से ज्यादा लाख की कंपनी मिल चुकी है, तब आपको दूसरी कंपनीज में बैठने का मौका ही नहीं मिलेगा. You will not be allowed to sit in any other company if you have got a package of more than 5 LPA. Okay, this is the second thing that the policy says. This is a placement policy. Everybody has to follow it. आप बनस्थली में होगी, right? This is the second thing. Third thing is that if the company allows, again repeating this word, if the company allows, then only you will be able to sit in the further companies. आगे कंपनी में आप तभी बैठ सकते हो अगर आपकी खुद की कंपनी अलाउ करेगी तो, which is a condition that never happens. कोई भी कंपनी नहीं कहेगी कि मैंने इस कैंडिडेट को सिलेक्ट कर लिया, ठीक है आप इसको जो है दूसरी कंपनी में बैठने का मौका दीजिए. No, this will never happen, right? So you have to be choosy on which company you want to sit and which company you want to reject. ठीक है? There's one way of getting a placement is either you get it from PPO or you get it via sitting for that particular exam. Right? When you're planning कि हम बैठेंगे उस particular exam के लिए, then there is certain way. क्या चीजें होती हैं? पहले आपका एक recruitment test होता है that we call as an online test. Then you have certain rounds of interview that we call it as maybe a technical interview and an HR interview, or maybe some companies have technical and HR mixed. Okay, you have to be very choosy in selecting the company. सारी कंपनी में नहीं बैठना होता है. That is what I say. बच्चे क्या करते हैं? They sit on continuous companies, and the students, those who are worth getting the topmost companies, also land up in the package of 6 lakh per annum company. Right? You should be very choosy. मेरा ये worth है. Am I capable of getting more than this, or am I not capable of getting more than this? If I am capable of getting, sit in a company. अभी बहुत companies आएंगी. Do not get frustrated कि मेरी सारी दोस्तों का हो रहा है, मैं सबका relatives, everybody is getting college placements and I am not getting. Right? So to the people who wanted to know ki what are the company packages that are going on, I just wanted to tell you ki we have a company of Cisco which comes up to the package of approximately 28 and 29 lakh of package in Banasthali. Other than that, secondly we have a company of say what company comes? Flipkart, which can come from 26.5 lakh company. And then we have certain other companies. We have endless list. Do not think ki we do not have a company which does not comes to the college, or kya hoga mera placement nahi hoga. So do not keep these things in your mind, please, right? Okay, so next question that we have from the students is project making more important or competitive coding? A very good question, a very interesting question, guys, I must say, because both are equally important, right? When if you're sitting for on campus placements, okay, if you're sitting for on campus placements, your cgpa matters, point number one, and your competitive coding skills matters up till when, जब आपने पहला राउंड क्लियर कर लिया, मतलब आपको पहला राउंड क्लियर करने के लिए आपको कॉम्पिटिटिव कोडिंग की स्किल्स चाहिए, राइट? इफ यू हैव क्लियर्ड योर फर्स्ट राउंड, देन व्हाट मैटर्स इज योर प्रोजेक्ट्स. सो अगर आप देखो तो फर्स्ट राउंड तक आपको कॉम्पिटिटिव कोडिंग चाहिए, एंड देन फ्रॉम द सेकंड राउंड ऑफ योर यू नो द rounds that we have is from the second round, ठीक है, that your projects are considered from your second round of your interview. Both are equally important. The question rises, time किस पे ज़्यादा दें? Now what I think is that you should, on your first year of your college, you should experience the development phase, जहाँ पर आप चीज़ों को develop कर रहे हो, explore कर रहे हो, and from the mid second year you should start doing competitive coding. A lot of competitive coding, because competitive coding is such a skill which needs consistency. Even if you lose a consistency at the mid, किसी भी mid point पे आपने छोड़ दिया कि 10 days किया, फिर एक दिन drop कर दिया, 2 दिन drop कर दिया, you'll just forget the tricks that you have. Also, one of the way that you can do this trick, मतलब do this way of doing competitive coding, is that you just keep a copy with you and keep on writing down the tricks that you have. Right? This way what will happen is, whenever you will revise this competitive coding वाली चीज, because you will not get time to, you know, कि आपको, अच्छा, how does companies come, एक दिन पहले they tell you कि I'm coming tomorrow and they take the test, so you do not get enough time to revise things. Whatever is there in your mind is there in your mind. Okay, so what is my tip over here is, you should or you must always keep a notebook with you. Even though people say कि coding है, coding में क्या notebook, क्या side में रखना, but what I'll suggest is, what I did and it worked for me was, even though I was doing a certain question, I used to make notes of it कि अच्छा ये trick मैंने इसमें अपनाई, this is the function that I can use, this is the thing that I can go through, and it worked well. And this trick has been used by many of the people, and I think it works very good for everyone. Okay, so next question that one of the person asked me was that how to start coding, कि हमें should we just directly go to leetcode और हमें questions करना शुरू कर देना चाहिए, or should we first learn any programming language? So what you know, I would suggest is, learn a programming language thoroughly. Even if you are take out of these two, one is C++, one is Java. Okay, so whenever you are thinking कि हाँ हमें कोई एक लैंग्वेज चाहिए, start any one of the two. जावा में करना है, जावा में करो, बट अगर आपने कोई एक लैंग्वेज चूज कर ली है, do not switch. It will take time, guys, but it's worth it to go with just one language. वरना क्या होगा, even if you know both of the languages, आप जब coding question देने बैठोगे, you will just think, yeah, what language should I choose over here? Should I go with Java or should I go with C++? And that is the point wherein you should not think rather than focus on what question you have to do. Right? So you have to pick one of the languages. If you're going with C++, the students who do not know any of the languages, I would suggest you, if you want to go with the language, go with Java, because Java की companies बहुत सारी हैं, ठीक है, तो आप उसमें एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हो चीजें. बट द स्टूडेंट्स हु नो C++ फ्रॉम 10th and 12th, प्लीज गो विद C++ only. It's a very good language. You can go through CP with that only. Okay, and yeah, so I would say कि first learn competitive coding, learn करो. Competitive coding learn करो मतलब learn the programming language at first, go through all the ways, all the syntax, everything. अच्छा, one more disclaimer over here. I will be launching up a course on Udemy very soon in Java. So I'll be launching a course of competitive coding in Java. So the people who want to actually learn Java की competitive coding का शुरू से लेके end तक चाहिए, you can stay tuned till then, or you can just go through any Java course. और इसके बाद when the competitive coding thing will come, you can switch to my course also. Okay, after doing a certain language, you can just go to leetcode and just try the easy questions over there, so that you can get a practice of the questions ki questions aa kaise rahe hain, questions hote kaise hain, right? So that you can actually get your hand-ons on your competitive coding, right? We'll keep on taking up sessions, guys, like these, so that you are in touch with any of the seniors that you want to. Or main hi achhi hu, so you can just go with all the tips and tricks. Hopefully I will help you in each and every case. Whenever I am able to, I'll just share the link of my Telegram channel, so that you do not miss on any opportunity, guys, that is coming your way. And you never know kaun si opportunity can hit you best and can change your life to the next level. This is the link that I shared, the link of the Telegram group that I have. And okay, we have one of the question with Arpita, that is, what if we have not done any open source contribution and projects yet? How can we proceed and make our resume good, considering I am in third year? Okay, Arpita. So what I will suggest you over here is that you should know a technology. मतलब आपको या तो web development, या तो even if you do not know all of these, you can go for Python projects. Okay, so what you can do is there are certain projects that you can get on YouTube maybe, or open CV वाले जो projects होते हैं, that are totally based on Python. So you just need to know Python, और आप उन open CV की कुछ projects बना लो, right? So that your resume is good enough to show to the people कि हाँ देखो मुझे आता है, ठीक है? So you have to go through all the projects. कुछ पाइथन बेस्ड प्रोजेक्ट्स होते हैं, they're good enough projects to keep in your resumes. थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट बनाने की कोशिश करो. Do not make the similar projects that are actually given on YouTube, because the recruiters know, ठीक है? उनके पास हर रोज 1000 people that are coming, and many of them वो already देख चुके होते हैं, right? So make some changes in that project. कुछ अपना new element, कुछ अपनी new trick उस project में डाल दो, that makes it efficient enough to show it to the recruiter, right? Hopefully I've answered your question, Arpita, that how can I deal with this. You can go with some small projects जो कि easy short time में बन जाए. Go to YouTube, there are many projects that are available, but याद रखना जो भी एक project भी mention कर रहे हो ना, उसका 100% आना चाहिए. Do not fake things in your resume, guys, because I should tell you this at this point, because it is better to say no word things than to say a lie. Because अगर एक ट्रस्ट लूज हो जाता है ना कि यू हैव मेड दिस सर्टन थिंग एंड यू आर सेइंग नाउ कि मैम सर आता ही नहीं है, ये तो हमने बनाया नहीं था, या अच्छे से नहीं किया था, दैट इज द बैडेस्ट थिंग दैट कैन हैपन, राइट? कि हमने लास्ट में बोल रहे हमने किया है. दैट इज बेटर टू एक्सेप्ट कि सर हमने टाइम नहीं स्पेंड कर पाए थे, व्हाई वाज द रीजन यू हैव बीन एबल टू स्पेंड टाइम. टेल हिम, ही विल अंडरस्टैंड, ही इज जस्ट अ ह्यूमन बीइंग, राइट? उसको बताओ, उनको बताओ कि I was focusing on my competitive coding, and this is the reason why my projects are less. Okay, and still you are there in third year, and this is a most common question that might come to the students, that I'm in the third year, I do not have projects. So the one thing I will say, कोई एक छोटा project भी बनाना हो तो बना लो, and then tell them कि हमने project पे इसलिए नहीं काम किया, though I have an efficiency to do that, but I am not able to do because of this certain reason. Okay, so guys, even if you have any other question, keep on writing on the chat box. I'll take up one by one and make sure that all of this you are able to see, get through. Okay, any other question that you have, guys? I have taken up all the major questions that were asked to take up in this live stream. Hopefully I've answered all your questions, and if you have any of the questions, please keep on writing on the chat box so that I can take up the questions. Apart from that, I just wanted to say some of the few things is keep your LinkedIn active, keep on thinking, and go for all the opportunities. You never know कौन सी opportunity can actually change up your life. Do not think कि मेरा आज तक नहीं हुआ, अभी तक नहीं हुआ, तो मेरा अब भी नहीं होगा. You never ever know which opportunity can actually change up your life, guys. Keep on applying on each and every opportunity with the same enthusiasm that you had done for the very first opportunity, right? And you can connect with me on LinkedIn, on Telegram, and on also on Telegram, where I keep on posting up the opportunities very frequently, so that we can get all the track of all the opportunities that we have. Okay, so we have next question with Dee, can you please tell us about OA? What is that, Shmangi? Could we please elaborate on what is this OA? Next question is Python good to know instead of Java? Definitely it is good to know, but there's some companies which focus on these two languages only, right? So there are languages called as Java and C++, wherein the companies ask you to focus on these two languages because they have a limited approach. मतलब limited approach in the sense they have a limited functions, है ना? तो होता क्या है, they want to think up your programming skills कि आप कितना देर तक सोच सकते हो, कितनी दूर तक. Wherein in Python what happens is that you have n number of functions. Function लगा दिया, हो गया. एक चीज का function लगा दिया, ये भी हो गया, right? Wherein you do not need to write down a whole for loop, while loop for small things. This is the reason why companies majorly prefer all of these two languages than Python. So if you want to go for Python, go for it. But if you want to go for Python in competitive coding, I would suggest you to rather change your language to Java or C++. But if you are efficient enough, you think कि हम कर सकते हैं, हम बता सकते हैं उनको tricks Java में भी, if they want to know, या C++ में भी, then you can go with Python, no problem. Okay, we have another question from Prerna. For the project, do we just need to know about that particular project, or should we get well versed with that technology? Okay. First of all, you should be well versed with whatever project you are making up. And the reason is, वो सबसे पहले ये नहीं पूछेगा. The first question that an interviewer asks you is explain your project. तो जब भी इंटरव्यू के लिए जाना, keep in mind कि आप 15-20 लाइन हर एक प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में याद करके जा रहे हो, ठीक है? वेल वर्स्ड होने की जरूरत नहीं है, बट आपको वो सारी चीजें पता होनी चाहिए जो आपने उस प्रोजेक्ट में यूज करी है. Keep a track of each and everything, each and every function. Not exactly function, आप उनसे बोल सकते हो कि sir, I'm not able to recall this function as of now, but if you give me some time, or I'll just email you the process of this particular function because I'm not able to recall it at the moment. You can give these kind of excuses if in the very worst case. In the very first approach, आपको 10 to 15 lines पता होनी चाहिए. When you're efficiently speaking to the interviewer, he gets to know कि आपने वो project बनाया है कि नहीं बनाया. Okay, even if he asks you कि ये वाला certain project या ये वाला certain part in the project बनाया है कि नहीं बनाया आपने, even if your partner or anyone in the group has made that particular portion, you can just tell कि sir, ये वाला portion ना हमारे team member ने बनाया था. This is the portion that I have worked on. You can ask me on that. ठीक है? You not need to be well versed, but you should actually know कि आपने उस चीज को कैसे बनाया है. The portion that you have worked on should be crystal clear. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Commvault. Okay, so you were asking me how was the interview and the things. Okay, so Commvault had a very different interview paper that we had. तो आज तक आपने जितने भी interviews या maybe the things that you might have given in your internships वाले papers that you have given in, you might have come across papers जहाँ पर you have certain number of questions and you just your camera is switched on, you just have to type the answers, right? But in Commvault we had 2 cameras. तो उन्होंने बोला क्या था हमें, they asked us to keep the mobile camera on. So they had connected our phones also with the laptop. I mean, they had connected both of the लैपटॉप एंड फोन टू देयर सर्वर्स, और उन्होंने हमें कहा था कीप योर फोन ऑन द राइट हैंड साइड ऑफ योर लैपटॉप and it should be 2.5 inches away so that your whole laptop is visible to us. Even your typing should also be visible to us. So we had to keep this 2.5 distance, and the front camera was also on. So basically we were proctored from both the sides in this Comvault paper. And yeah, so we had approximately 18 MCQs, and those MCQs were not just simple MCQs that we get in Hackathons वाला paper जो जिसमें सिर्फ 4 options होते हैं. We had to debug each of every कि कहाँ पर error है, which line do we have error. And so I attempted for Java paper, right? So they had 3 papers. They had paper in Python, they had paper in C++, and they had paper in Java. So I attempted for Java. We had 3 coding questions, and we had 3 coding questions, out of which 2 were of DP and one was of greedy, and greedy algorithm that we have. And apart from that we had 18 MCQs. So we had a time specific foundation कि आपको MCQs 15 minutes 25 minutes में complete करने हैं, and we had approximately 45 minutes for the paper, for the coding round. So this was whole of the process for Comvault. If you have any other question, guys, you can just keep on writing down the chat box so that even I can go through the questions and tell you in a clear way ki how should you approach it to the paper that you will be getting. And hopefully I wish you all the very best to each one of you, so that you do not miss on opportunities and you get selected in the best of the best. Know your worth is always, I would say, because you won't believe मेरी Comvault जब मतलब जिस कंपनी मेरी Comvault जब आई, and right, तो उसके पहले Barclays आई, and then उसके पहले Bank of America आई, उसके पहले just Deloitte आई, right? So I chose not to sit in these in these papers. And why is the reason? Because I knew I could have cracked a paper with somewhat more LPS or CTCs. Though guys, I know कि these are not everything. This is not everything. Your experience matters, right? Your interest matters. Even though the students who are not interested in coding, do not go forcefully into coding. There are lot many of rounds. There are lot many of companies which go for analyst. तो अगर आपका coding में interest नहीं है, make a track of all those companies which come for data. ठीक है, data analyst is a position wherein you can go for, which is a very very good position and has a huge scope in future. Because this technology, I must tell you कि अभी इतना boom में है this technology वाला portion, but in later how थोड़े दिनों बाद 5-6 साल बाद there will be a change in the boom, right? That अभी हमारे पास सारे developers और software engineers का एक trend चल गया है कि you have to go in software engineering company because there you get a lot of big packages, right? Wherein you have to be very choosy, again I must say, to sit in the company you want to get in. We have another question, how to prepare for quantitative aptitude, verbal ability and reasoning for companies like Oracle. Okay, so we have a lot many of companies I have already said which come for data analyst role or analyst role simply. I would like to suggest the name of the company so that you can be clear in your mind कि ये companies तो आती ही हैं, right? One of the company is Barclays, which comes for business analyst role. वो भी थोड़ा सा development की तरफ होता है, but I think it is little bit towards business analyst also. Next company is your Barclays. No, not Barclays, it's Deloitte. So Deloitte is actually a company which comes for analyst position. Okay, so you have to keep a track of all these companies. Go to Google and just Google all the companies which are data specific, data analytics specific. Everyone could not have interest in coding, right? And I am, you will feel blessed enough कि आपको पहले से पता है कि आपका interest किस चीज में है और आपको क्या करना है. Do not forcefully get into this coding वाला जाल जो भी बना हुआ है कि you have to go in SDE, you have to be there in SDE, software engineering role. This is not it, guys. I would tell you a truth, 2 out of 10 graduates every year leave their job. And what is the reason? The reason is they had an expectation कि यार job करेंगे ना तो ये मिलेगा, पैसा मिलेगा, ये मिलेगा, वो मिलेगा. What the end that matters is your happiness and willingness to do that work again and again. Right? Do not forcefully go in this. मेरी फ्रेंड का प्लेसमेंट हो रहा है तो मुझे भी प्लेसमेंट लेना है, मेरा ये हो रहा है तो मुझे भी करना है. Do not go in that trap. This question, verbal ability wala question, Arpita, you or everybody must have this doubt. You can go for India Bix is one of the website wherein you can prepare for all of these things. तो मैं बता दूं कि Deloitte का पेपर होता है, they have this verbal ability, quantitative reasoning and qualitative aptitude. जो भी ये 3 चीजें इसने लिखी हैं, all of these things, 3 things are there in the paper solely. सिर्फ और सिर्फ यही होते हैं. And you can practice from India Bix. It is one of the best website from where I actually practiced, and all of these things are underestimated, guys. लोग सोचते हैं ना सिर्फ कॉम्पिटिटिव कोडिंग आनी चाहिए. दैट इज नॉट ट्रू. ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स आर इम्पोर्टेंट. एक वन ऑफ द प्लेटफॉर्म आई जस्ट रिमेंबर इज फेस प्रेप. आई एम नॉट एग्जैक्टली श्योर व्हाट इट इज. कोई भी एक व्हाट आई सजेस्ट इज कोई भी एक वेबसाइट लो, उससे प्रैक्टिस करो. क्योंकि इन सब चीज में व्हाट हैपेंस इज योर प्रैक्टिस मैटर्स. राइट? आपने एक तरीके क्वेश्चंस कर लिए, बार बार उसको प्रैक्टिस करो सो दैट यू कैन डू इट इन द लेसर अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम. Right? This is the main approach, how to approach these kinds of questions. Okay, next question we have. Can you please share from where we can prepare OS, DCN and OOPS? Okay, DCN and OOPS is basically what DCN OS. Okay, so for OS, I would just suggest if you are being taught, you can go from GFG. ठीक है, GFG में काफी कुछ है, बहुत सारा है, जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड. बट आई विल सजेस्ट यू कि आपका जो सिलेबस होगा, राइट, उसमें से सबसे पहला जो सभी टॉपिक्स हैं एंड द थिंग्स दैट यू हैव, choose some of the topics, or what I'll do is I'll share a list of questions and some basic questions that we have in Java, मतलब in this operating system, जो कि पूछे ही जाते हैं. Right? There were many frequent questions. आप देख भी सकते हो कि लव बब्बर पे they have made a video, और फराज, I don't remember exact names, guys. I'm so sorry for not if I'm speaking the wrong names. But उनकी कुछ videos हैं जिन्होंने उसमें आपको some list of questions दिए हुए that are mostly asked. So you can actually take up all those questions and you can prepare it from there. DCN में मैं कहूँगी DCN is not required. सिर्फ सिस्को में ज्यादा से ज्यादा DCN पूछी जाती है और किसी में नहीं पूछी जाती. OS oops पढ़ लेना सबसे पहले. Prioritize your oops. If you have time, you can go with OS and DCN. बल्कि OS and DCN are not that important. Oops is important. Practice oops. Is Love Bubber cheat sheet enough for all these subjects? Love Bubber cheat sheet is enough for all these subjects. Yes, it is. But I will emphasize कि आप oops पढ़ें. आप कोई भी coding का कोई भी एक language that you are choosing, emphasize on that rather than choosing other subjects. ये ना सोचना. हाँ, one more thing, important subjects में अगर बोलूँ, for Cisco we have DCN. ठीक है, उसके अलावा DCN is not asked in any other company. ठीक है, important subjects is your one primary language that you're going on with, that is C++ or Java. Secondly, oops. तो आपने जो भी प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज पढ़ी उसमें oops, polymorphism, lot many of time they ask polymorphism, they ask you overriding, they ask you polymorphism, and they ask you variable कौन से यूज कर सकते हैं, they ask you virtual functions in C++. So ये सारी चीजों को ब्रश अप करो rather than going for OS. DBMS पढ़ो, most important. DBMS कहाँ से प्रैक्टिस करनी है? Go to HackerRank और go to LeetCode. They have DBMS questions over there. उसके easy जो questions हैं वो सारे प्रैक्टिस करो. That are more important than going for OS or any other subjects, I would say. So that you can do. Hopefully I've answered all your questions. If you even have other questions या फिर any particular company you are targeting, what I will suggest is you should always keep a target of the companies you want to get into. ठीक है, 10 to 15 कंपनीज यू कैन टेक अप, एंड देन यू कैन राइट इट डाउन कि हाँ मुझे इस कंपनी में भरना है, इसमें से कौन कौन सी कंपनीज कम टू द कॉलेज, कौन सी कंपनीज नहीं आती हैं, उनमें हमको ऑफ कैंपस अप्लाई करना है. सो यू कीप ऑन ट्रैकिंग कि कब कब इस कंपनी का ऑफ कैंपस ओपन हो रहा है, कब क्लोज हो रहा है. कीप अ कॉन्टैक्ट विद द people of that person, जहाँ उस कंपनी के the people that are there in those companies. Keep a track of them, where they always post कि off campus opportunities have been started or something like that. Keep a track of all those companies, all those people who are posting such things. At the end, development gives more CTC and package as compared to a consultant. Yeah, it's true. That is true, Ayushi, and this is the what is the reason behind it? Because right now ये phase ही चल रहा है development का, right? Even small businesses want to come up digitally. Now the वो digital कैसे आएंगे? With the help of either with the help of an application or with the help of a website, right? And this is the reason why we get more money in development rather than consultant. बिकॉज अ कंसल्टेंट में क्या होगा, आप कंसल्ट कब करोगे, अच्छा किस चीज की एनालिसिस होती है, कब डेटा एनालिस्ट का काम क्या होता है. डेटा एनालिस्ट का एक्चुअल काम ये होता है कि इट एक्चुअली टेल्स यू इनसाइट्स अबाउट द डेटा. जितनी ज्यादा डेटा होगी उसका आपको एक कलेक्शन बनाना होगा, ठीक है, और उसका आपको इनसाइट बताने होंगे और आपको क्लाइंट से बात करना होगा. दिस इज द फंक्शन, दिस इज द वर्क ऑफ एन एनालिस्ट. नॉट जस्ट दिस, इट इज मोर देन दिस, ठीक है, बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं. व्हाट कम्स इन योर डेवलपमेंट इज ऐप बनाना, वेबसाइट बनाना, वेबसाइट में कुछ फीचर्स डालना. अब आप सोचोगे अमेजोन की तो ऐप बन ही चुकी है, काम क्या है फिर भाई. अमेजोन के एम्प्लॉयज हर साल वो 1000, 2000, 3000, 10,000 कैंडिडेट्स को हायर करता है. व्हाट इज द रीजन व्हाई अमेजोन इज हायरिंग सो मच पीपल? बिकॉज ईच एंड एवरी डे एन अपडेट कम्स ऑन अमेजोन ऐप, राइट? उस अमेजोन के ऐप आई दिन दे हैव सम ऑफ द अदर ऑफर्स दैट कम अप ऑन योर वेबसाइट और द एप्लीकेशन. Who does all those things? These developers that they hire does all these things, right? Because there, again I would say, because there's a boom in software engineering industry right now, does not mean that 10 years after there will be boom in the same industry. It might happen, data analysts or consultants get a boom then there because of development. maybe शायद हो चुका हो, maybe automated चीजें आने लगे for development. Who never knows, right? So you have to be well prepared for all the things that might come your way. And these consultants, you know what, initially because we're joining as a fresher, we get a less salary pay, right? We get a pay of around 8 lakhs or 9 lakhs. Okay, the minimum we get 6 lakhs and the maximum for consultant we get 7.5 or 8 as a fresher. Okay, but as soon as you start gaining experience in this round, this consultant fees goes up to same as that of a developer. So do not underestimate any of the job, guys, because you never know, your experience matters. Okay, because in our college what actually happens is more the companies come in the development area. Development की ज़्यादा companies आती हैं. So this is the reason. Any other doubts if you have, keep on writing in the chat box. I will again share the link of my Telegram group that I have, and also of my LinkedIn. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, you can go ahead and give me a connection request. Hopefully I've taken up all the points that you guys asked me to take up in this live session. I was just like to say कि each Saturday or alternate Saturdays we could have this live session so that आपके दिमाग में कोई भी doubts आए, then we can take those doubts and you're not left with doubt related to placements. सिर्फ और सिर्फ you get focused on the company, on the perspective, on the area, on the role you want to get into. Yeah, we have another question is approximately how many companies come to our college with an average pay of more than 8 LPA? Arpita, this is a question very tricky. I must say there are more than 25 plus companies that come to the college. Okay? Yeah, so I exactly cannot, even I don't know, क्योंकि हर साल companies बढ़ती जाती हैं. Commvault came for this year only, and this is the very first time that came in our college. So you never know which company comes and which does not, but on an average more than 30 or 25 companies have come will definitely come to the college. And it is and the best thing is it is increasing year after year. So yeah, if you have any doubts, guys, please quickly write down the chat box. uh, I would be really happy to take them up. Hopefully I have answered all your questions. And yeah, any other doubt or any other question, please let me know, so that we can take up the live in the live session. Or even though if you have doubts that you want to take me up later on, you're not comfortable in asking me in the live session, you can just ping me on the Telegram group that we have, and then we can take up it over there. uh, Thank you, guys, thank you all for joining in. I really appreciate that you guys came up and really asked your questions and doubts, because it takes courage to ask questions in front of the people that are there around. I am so happy, and I wish you all the very best for your life, for your future, for upcoming opportunities, and I hope you get the best out of yourself. Just one last tip: know your worth, because that will only let you succeed. Take care, everyone. Bye. Thank you so much for joining in. Uh, uh, so here I am, Mansi Gupta, signing off with this live session. Thank you.